Tom's Homebrew coming at ya. Been banished into my office area, but I've got all the beer paraphernalia here, so what the heck. They've even got bottles up above. Lots of bottles. And I've got a good local brew today, at least I hope so. I had it years ago, it's been a while, and it is the Abominable Winter Ale by affectionately known as Hub, but that is Hopworks Urban Brewery. And this one, here it is, the Abominable Winter Ale, also known locally as A-Bomb. This is made with Cascade, Centennial, and Chinook hops and 6 organic malts. And it's interesting because it gets classified multiple ways. Some people call it an amber ale, some call it a red ale, some call it American Strong. I don't know how it's going to be classified. They don't tell you on their own website. I thought I would check it there first, but let's get this cracked open and give it a whirl. Oh my Lord, I can smell the hops. Haven't even gotten it close to my nose yet. Look at this though, I can see what people are saying. It's kind of a reddish amber hue, very dark in fact. So it gives some of the appearance moving towards like a CDA, a Cascadian Dark Ale, but it's got some red hues and it has some amber hues. So maybe it just doesn't fit any particular category. This is 7.3% ABV and 70 IBUs. And look at that head. I mean, it started off as a 2-finger head. It's toned down just a little, but quite a nice head on that, in fact, and it's very clear indeed. So let's get a nose on this one. Wow, there's just a boatload of hops on this, and some nice sweet malt character underneath. A little bit of caramel, but it's a lot darker. So you know there's some like roasted malt into this as well. And I got some grapefruit and citrus and just some sweet character and fruit in general right away. Oh my gosh, just a load of grapefruit and a bit of grapefruit rind, I'd say, as well as the meat. I'd say there's a hint of orange on there. It is a nice big citrus bomb, mostly grapefruit. A little bit of spiciness on it, I would say. A little bit of toasted malts as well. Slightly biscuity, yeah, like a biscuit malt, I would say they probably used on it. Wow, it smells really super inviting. I know this is probably very, very fresh, so cheers, we're gonna get into it. Oh my, oh yes, this is fresh, this is good. It is on the light side of medium. There's some body to it, but it's not heavy at all. The undertones of sweet flavors, some toasted malts, some roasted malts, some biscuit malts. It dries out at the end with some bitterness, not overwhelming. What's interesting for such a fresh beer, I get a little bit of tea flavor, which I don't normally get until a beer is older, but it's only in the back side. I get this like herbal earthiness. That's what I'm describing as tea. Wow, that's just special. You get like a little bit of pine, I'd say, it's there, and a little bit of spiciness, a little bit of a bitter bite on the back side. Those are all in there. You get some of that grapefruit rind. But the predominant character as you're drinking it is really the sweet flavor. And I don't want to say it's like caramel per se, because you've got some caramel, but you've got some dark, almost bitter roast malts. The bitterness aspect probably comes from the hops, but you know, a dark roasted malt and a little bit of like a biscuit flavor. You know, some toasted malts. So it's like kind of a mix of this range, and you're getting all those flavors coming through. But these 3 C's, the Cascade, Centennial, and Chinook, are just fabulous with the sweet character of this beer, and that mixed with the darker ones to just create some really nice complexity on this beer. And on the back side, just before the end, this nice sweet character coming through. On the front side, you really get just a load of like citrus and more so even the grapefruit. And I get some nice carbonation on the tip of the tongue when the sweetness hits there, and it feels really good. This has such a clean finish too. And then starts drying out, as I said, and then as you sit there, then that bitterness starts coming back in. But it's not overwhelming because there's so much sweetness on the palate. And it really is that light side of medium. It's just all the way around. I mean, just the balance on this and the texture and thickness of the beer is just really lovely. Look at the lacing on this. I mean, come on. That's spectacular. That's just wonderful. Wow, what a great beer. This is just all around a really super beer. I don't know how to rate this though. They don't say, meaning Hopworks Urban Brewery, they don't say what category of beer this is. And I see how some people think that it's more like a red, but I would say it has some of those characteristics definitely, but it's more of that winter ale and almost like a winter IPA, if you will. Very nice. Extremely nice. I don't think I can rate this one on style because I just don't think there's a clear definition of style, but I can definitely rate this beer. I'm giving it a 91. It's just super. It's on that bottom area of excellent. An A- beer. But super pleasing indeed. You know, the only disappointment on this is that they don't have a bottling date. Christian, you guys need to kick that in and get a bottling date on these things. We'd appreciate that. But I tell you what, it is a fantastic beer. Here it is. This is the Abominable Winter Ale from Hub Brewing. That's Hopworks Urban Brewery. Really tasting good today. So from Kevin at Clement's Home Brew, I'm just saying life is too short to drink cheap beer, and I will see you in the next beer review.